Good morning, Rockingham, and welcome to the feed. Here we are with Marty and Suzanne Groenewold is our special guest today. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but we're going to start with local events. So, Marty.
I'm glad that we're always laughing when the camera comes on.
Yes.
There's always some little thing that happens right before we go live.
Marty was talking about me wearing lipstick today. And
what can I say?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. We should glam it up a bit here. Just saying. So this is the last week. I'm gonna implore everybody out there. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get them now. They're going fast. This is the last weekend of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Bells Falls Opera House. Performances are the 5th, 6th, 7th at 7:30, and then there's a matinee on Saturday at 2 p.m. It is fantastic.
You went last Wednesday.
I went last Thursday. I went on opening night, and usually opening night's the night nobody wants to go because, things can happen on opening night. It was flawless from what I could see. It was absolutely flawless. There was amazing energy. It's just a fun musical. If you grew up anywhere in the time frame of the late 60s, early 70s, you'll totally relate to the music. The costuming is fantastic. I have to say that I watched a little bit of the performance that they did live on Easter Sunday, the John Legend performance. I think our local performance is a little better. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm biased. I'm definitely locally biased, but definitely get your tickets.
Definitely a different cut and a different
interpretation.
And
Yep. The costuming, David's costuming is more, I would say, more 70s-ish, where the John Legend performance, the live performance, I think they were going for more like street, urban, almost like a hip hop, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
One critical thing I saw is one of the conservative columnists said that they didn't know Jesus ran a tattoo parlor.
Oh, I know. So. I saw that too. And then also this Saturday happening is a big local event, Dance Away Cancer. It's held up at the Chester Legion, and there's tickets still available. You can get tickets at the bookstore, and it's a great cause. They've got a ton of prizes. They have 2 bands. It starts at 7 and goes till 11, and the money all goes to the Cancer Society. And they have a nice little memorial to local folks that have passed. I heard that that's a very poignant part. Have you ever gone, Suzanne?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that's a little bit of a tough one, a slideshow, right?
Yes.
Of local people, so.
In memory of, and people submit their photos of their loved ones that they've lost to cancer.
That's a nice touch because it brings that human connection to the event, and it's always a very successful event. And I think it sells out, doesn't it? Sometimes?
Yes, usually, yes.
So get your tickets. So those are the local events.
And welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you.
You're our guest today. You have a new job.
I do.
And to be honest, Marty and I seem to be a bit confused about it. That's why it's good you're coming on. Because we got River Valley Technical School and River Valley Community College confused, so some of our slides in the back are a little bit
That's okay. I'm happy to talk about both, actually, because
okay.
I had worked at the Tech Center for so long, and it's a really big part of my heart. We've had a lot of successful students go on to do things in a lot of different areas, but of course locally we have some kids who were in our AVP program there at the Tech Center, which is audio video production, and then went on to go to colleges and do great things, and we'll talk maybe more about that later. But I got a new job at the River Valley Community College, which is across the river. We have a campus, the main campus in Claremont, and then there's also a campus in Keene and Lebanon. Those are our academic centers, but courses are offered at both Keene and Lebanon as well as Claremont, and they've hired me as a recruitment specialist, so I am charged with going out to meet with high school students. I'm very comfortable in that area because I've been working with high school students for so long that it's been great, and I also am working to reach out to all students of non-traditional age to get them to be more aware of what is offered at River Valley Community College. And so we've done, about a week ago, I went down to the Women's Expo in Keene. It was a trade show type of thing where they had lots of health and wellness things, and I had a booth with a friend from the college, and we had free chair massages with our massage therapy students. So our booth was very popular.
I'll bet.
In fact, we had such a list of how many people had signed up to do it. We actually got some extra advertising from the the DJ that was sort of emceeing the event. It was hosted by the radio station WKNE down there. So anyway, every few minutes we'd say, next up for the free chair massages, you know, and it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so
Do you get side benefits like that? Do you know?
I got the first massage because the massage therapy.
You did it, so you should get the benefit.
The massage therapy students need the community service hours or practicum hours, so they're happy to volunteer for these events. But boy, they worked so hard, 4 straight hours of massages.
That's
yes.
physically very demanding.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. And we limited them to 5 minutes. We tried, but because the nature of how they deliver their work, they don't keep track of time. It's all about working with the client.
Yeah, right.
And,
They're into the whole. They're into the feeling of the client, of the person they're massaging.
Exactly. So anyway, it was fun, but she wanted me to have the first massage because it gets people going. You know, people are maybe afraid at first, but they see somebody getting one.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, because I think people there's
that performance anxiety. They feel like even though
well,
they're
even though
sitting there,
they're saying that they
people are watching them.
yeah. It was so busy though that once we got started, you know, and your head is in you put your head down into the circle thing. So it was great. But so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be out and about a lot, visiting trade shows, college fairs. We did the Lebanon Home Show. We're going to do the Keene Home Show next on the 14th of April. We'll be down at the Keene Home Show with our table of goodies, and we will, I believe, have the massage therapist there. On the same day, though, which is kind of bad timing, I guess, but we're having an open house in Claremont. So anybody's that's at all interested in maybe taking a class or changing careers or getting a few more skills under their belt.
And what's the date on that?
That is April 14th. It's a
14th?
Saturday.
So that's next Saturday.
Yes, 10 to
Not
4,
this Saturday, but
10 to
yeah.
2.
For anyone that doesn't know where the campus is, it's not that hard to find. It's on Route 120.
Yes, and it's just
Just past the hospital.
it's just
right?
past the hospital. That's what I was going to say. Yes,
Yeah.
it's really easy to find. It's One College Place is the address in Claremont. So
You
if
just follow the signs for it. Would it be 120 north or 120 east?
North,
North.
yeah.
120 north. Going out of Claremont, you can't miss it. You've
Right.
got a long driveway that goes up into it.
right, big sign in the front. So
Yeah, River Valley Community College.
Yes.
Not River Valley Technical Center.
Yeah.
But,
Well, and I want to say one more really important thing for the people here in Vermont. They have a great program. If you live within 50 miles of any of the campuses, you get in-state tuition.
that's a
Wow,
big
that's
plus.
great.
Yes.
That's
That's
really
a huge
good.
plus because Keene State used to do that years and
Yes.
years ago. Back in the Stone Age when I was in college, they did that. And I took a course at Keene State in the summer, and it was great because it gave me extra credits so I could lighten the load during the school year.
Yes.
And they don't do it anymore. So that's a really big.
Well, we do it at the community college,
That's a
and
big boost.
I think it is a huge benefit to people on this side of the river because they can go at the same rate as an in-state tuition. The other thing is that we have several programs that are a direct bridge to the next, if you want to continue on and get a bachelor's degree. Keene State, Plymouth State, UNH, all the New Hampshire state schools have a very smooth transition program where you don't have to reapply. You can just say you want to do that,
Yeah,
and it
and you
happens
just
as
move
long
on.
as you keep your
That's
grades to
really,
the
really
level that
good.
need
What
to be.
I know a little bit about some of the things that you offer only because I've looked through your catalog before. I like classes. I like taking classes, that type of thing. And I like one of the things that you offer is that you offer programs for people that can go right into work. Like it's
Yes.
a definite program. And I think for kids coming out of high school that the job market's tough. So if you can go into an occupational therapy program, you pretty much know when you get out, you're going to find a job.
Yes.
And a job that pays a pretty good wage.
Yes.
Physical therapy
probably has
assistant.
benefits
And
and
probably has
probably-
benefits. And I think that's a big selling point in this day and age.
For sure.
And it's a stone's throw away to go to the college too.
That you mentioned physical therapist assistant, and that program really intrigues me because it is the only one right now offered in the state of Vermont and New Hampshire. So we have students coming from Montpelier, Nashua, up to the
Really?
Claremont campus to take this course. And we have a little stat sheet on all of our programs. And on that one, the average salary getting out of a 2-year degree is around $48,000 to $55,000 a year.
Again, that's pretty good starting out.
That is a lot of money for somebody who, hadn't had that education or skills beforehand, and now they can get out and make that kind of money is fantastic.
You mean they'll make more than a philosophy major who works at Starbucks?
And has
come on,
$200,000 in debt.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Is
How
it's-
could that be?
Yeah, I'm going to guess your tuition is infinitely more affordable.
It is, and I have, let's see if I brought my sheet. It's a little one sheet. I don't have it with me, but basically it's $210 a credit. But in the, if you go to a whole year's worth of full-time education, you're looking at about $6,000, about $6,500 for a year of college, and you can get financial aid. We have a full financial aid department and division, so there are grants, scholarships, everything that you have at a normal everyday college, you can get at our college as well. And we have local scholarships as well. So, if you apply, you may.
What do you
have
have for you mentioned that if someone's looking to change careers, what are some of the things that you offer for adults? Like somebody, because I think that's an important aspect too, is that again the workforce is tough now, and I think people have to, maybe they started out in one path and it's either that the job isn't there anymore or whatever.
They say you have to be a career learner now.
I think you do. Yeah.
You don't really pick your career.
And then stay in it for 30 years, and you kind of weave your path. So what do you have available?
Well, so right now, healthcare is a huge market that's desperate for workers. There just aren't enough people to fill the jobs in healthcare, and our nursing program is full usually, or it gets full before the course starts. So we tell people, take your prerequisites, or think about, yes, you're saying you want to be a nurse, but there's so many other jobs in healthcare. Why don't you try this and apply for the nursing program again next year? And so that's how we sort of diversify. But so we have biological science. Of course, we have liberal arts if you just want to study philosophy,
or Starbucks,
or just get that degree, because some people just
I know
need,
people that do that. They're like, they take something because it seems like fun and they like it, but then when they get out, they have a degree. They've spent a whole bunch of money and they have a degree that's you can't
hard
sell
to
unless you
transfer.
become a PhD and then you teach at a college.
And a lot of people in their jobs, if they have an associate's degree, they earn a better wage, and so they may take liberal arts just to get more, diverse in their, in their job and learning. So we have a criminal justice program. We have physical therapist assistant. We talked about accounting. I mean, there's all kinds of things. These are programs that you can start slow and just take a class, or you can just get right in for the fall. We also have our fall and summer schedules just came out. I've printed them out off the website, but they're available online. Our website is rivervalley.edu. It's really easy. So you can look for this catalog, which is online. The most current catalog is online. And also just look for the class listings. And you can go through, and it tells you what time the class meets and what dates. And there's a lot of online courses for the summer especially, and the fall. So if you want to just take college from home, you can do that too.
It's a really good way to get your feet wet, isn't it? Like, if you don't... You're out of high school. You want to go to college, but you're not sure, or you're not sure where you want to go, what you want to do. It's a great way to just
take a few classes,
try something out, but without losing that traction.
Right, the traction of being a student. What is your percentage of actual classroom courses versus online, and is the classroom starting to fade out more? This is strictly curiosity questions.
Yeah, and I actually don't have the answer. I'm sorry. I don't know what the percentage is, but. I know when I first started reading this course offering, this is the schedule, the actual schedule, when I read up top, 100% online courses, I said, wow, that's a lot. So it's two pages worth for the fall semester, and then they go into the program-specific classes.
But you still have a lot of in-class classes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Because I guess for me, I like that experience.
Yes.
Online, I'm not a real good online person.
Yeah. I guess we're
my
old school,
my
but a lot of
history
people-
has
a lot
proven
of
that I don't
schools
do
go
well
to
with online. I just don't. I'm not that dedicated. I have to go to a classroom. I have to have the interaction. I have to have the teacher right there, like that whole classroom thing. So
Kinetic learning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I know. I feel the same way.
yeah,
so
I can't learn off. I'm just not good at it. What do you have, like, so someone, you mentioned lifelong learning. So what do you have for people that they just want to take a course here or there? Do you have some kind of interesting?
There are so many interesting classes, and like I said, I was just perusing through this yesterday when I was trying to wait for my students to come and visit me. Science, mathematics, there's social services, there's art, music. I mean, there's all kinds of computer classes. Really, just about anything that you're interested in, there are classes for that. There's some poetry classes. There's some trying to think of some of the off-the-wall ones. I mean, the typical ones are always there, but
Right.
Computers are big. You know,
Yeah,
there's
'cause
a
that's something you can get
Hone
into,
your skills in.
yeah, there's a healthcare cybersecurity type
Oh.
of program that you can get in if you want to, if you're in healthcare or if you want to get into that, steady job and have something that's a little bit more technology based. So it's the nursing is huge, like I said, and it's a lot to offer for I believe, for our extended community on both sides of the river, from Lebanon to Keene, Claremont in between. We have, we have a lot for everybody.
And I think that's a key point that you bring up is that the river's there, but there really isn't a boundary. I mean, it's not a really true boundary. And the idea that you can go to school and get in-state tuition and be really local, because there are some campuses on the Vermont side, but really I think the strength is on the really bigger campuses and sort of that idea is in the Claremont area and the
Well, from what I've seen, what I know of your catalog, I think you offer more than, I think you're talking about some of the local community colleges that are somewhat limited to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because I do tend to peruse the offerings because I'm always looking for something different. Just because I like to learn. I like to try new things. And I've looked, that's why I'm familiar with your catalog a little bit. You have a unique offering up there, and the fact that it is literally from here, it's 25 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
That's easy to do, and that's easy especially if you're doing like a night class or something like that. That's an easy thing to do versus maybe traveling, a little bit further.
Yeah.
But and I'm very psyched to hear that you do the in-state, that you
Isn't
offer
that
the
great?
in-state
That
rates
is.
for locally.
I was happy about that.
And you've worked both sides of the high school to college. And what do you see as just, this is really off the walkway, as challenges? Where are kids going today? What are they challenged with as far as going from high school to college? And what do you see as like a good bridges? Like that's how I would describe this. This is a good bridge because I think people they seem, and I could be totally wrong, but it seems like there's people that are like, I'm not going to go to college at all, and then I'm going to go to college. And I'm going to go to a good college.
And you're right.
That whole middle ground is
Right. It's really tough because a lot of people are still in there thinking that they were trained to do in terms of guidance counselors and teachers, and the train says, we got to send them to college. Unless they're not going to college, then we'll send them right out to work. And the tech center was a huge piece of that. Although we had at the tech center, for high schoolers, we had over 50% rate of students that went to post-secondary. They actually went to something after being technically trained, which is a misnomer because in the days when it was old VOTech, it was you learn to be a plumber and you go get a plumber's license, but now it's so different with all the machine tool industry being robotic and mechanically, computerized.
Yeah, it's
what I was
not.
trying
You're
to
not
say.
sitting at a lathe with a tool.
Right.
You're punching a.
And what's happening with that industry is that companies now are stepping up and saying, look, we need a workforce and we are willing to invest in you, to train you, to get you ready to step right out of high school. With us, you'll go to take your classes, but we'll start paying you $20 an hour, and you'll learn the trade, and we'll teach you what we want you to know, and boom. So you have like a GS Precision down in Brattleboro doing that. The GE in Rutland just started a program where they're paying kids $25,000. What was the fee? $25 an hour out of
To go
high
to
school
school.
to take the classes, and I think they're partnering
Yeah,
with one
yeah.
of the local technical colleges. So,
Wow.
so that's the trend that I'm seeing. And then you still have the kids that are like, I want to go to college, I got to get my degree, and they're doing and my
advanced
kid
one.
is included in this, the $200,000 debt when they get out. It's crazy what it costs for college right now. And
bizarre. It's gone. Yeah, bizarre is my word. Is
Out of
I thought it was
control, I think is a
incredible.
better.
yeah,
Out of control is
and
a
even
little
the
bit better.
in-state schools. I mean, they're much less expensive, but in the end, you know, the private schools will give you better scholarships and all that. So, but in the end, you're paying a lot for college and leaving college with a lot of debt. So you
And
better
that's
get a
big
great
risk.
job.
You better.
The philosophy majors might be in trouble.
Yeah, they might be, because I don't think Starbucks pays that,
Yeah,
that
they
same
don't.
starting
I'm
wage. I
Speaking,
mean, it's nice to be a barista. It's because it sounds nice. What
It
is
is.
I'm a
It does.
barista?
but it
Very
doesn't, you know,
Doesn't
European.
pay the bills.
it doesn't pay the bills.
Doesn't pay the
And that's,
bills.
well, yeah, there's so many things we could talk about, because it's like, the other thing that's happening now is the student debt is getting so high. They're saying it's like the next housing bubble because it's so high, and there's no out. There's no, you can't declare bankruptcy, you can't,
Right.
I mean, it's like, you can go to user
I can't
prison.
even imagine.
Yeah.
I came out of college with minimal debt, and I actually got a second job just to pay that debt off, but was able to with the second job, pay the debt off in like a year. So I'm saying it's minimal debt. I doubled up
Yeah.
payments and that stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine coming out and looking at that much money. So I think to a certain extent, coming out of college, you kind of have to think about that and be practical. And you offer some practical solutions. Again, like I stated in the beginning, jobs that you can get right into.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not exactly what you want to do, but you could get into it. Work, and then, like you said, I don't think people stay in a career
No, they
now for
don't.
30
No.
years.
And people want to move around. I mean, one of
Yeah.
the things I think that's another common thing I hear from kids and younger people is that they don't want to stay in one place for a long time. So you need to get a job that's sort of portable too.
Yes.
That's what I would grab.
Portable job. I just had this vision of a suitcase. I'm taking my
no,
job.
It's
and
like
I'm going.
some jobs you can plug
Yeah,
out
you
and
can work
plug in.
anywhere, yeah.
Like a lot of healthcare
Yeah.
jobs, a lot of even nursing jobs. I mean, some of the people I know that move around the most are nurses, and they're
And
like
there's
they go
steps too.
everywhere.
They can start in high school at the tech center. We offer an LPN certificate, LNA, sorry, an LNA certificate. So you can go to high school, take your LNA exam, come out and work right in any of our healthcare facilities as an LNA. And then there's the licensed nursing, LPN, sorry.
I get so confused with all those acronyms.
Yes, so there's steps you can take. If your goal in the end is to be an RN, you can get there, and you can get there through a very inexpensive path by starting with community college and then transferring to go on, if you'd like to,
Yeah.
to one of the
Well, I see the page you have open is medical laboratory technician. My wife was a medical laboratory
Oh, she
technician.
was?
Yeah, and wherever, when I was in the military, we get stationed different places. She could just, I can get a job at that hospital right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's moved, even living up here, she's been in 2 different hospitals.
Yeah.
And she was just able to say, no, I'm sort of tired of this one right now, I'm gonna move on to the next. And it's just, so it's one of those things, and there is, if you were like, I don't want to be a nurse, I don't like the client contact, there's no client contact with lab techs.
Yeah.
They're working basically in the lab, like with test tubes and
Yeah.
computers, and it's really all computerized right now.
It says here the average salary in the U.S. is $50,900 for that starting salary.
For a starting
In
salary,
Vermont,
yeah.
it's $50,500. So $50,000 to start after a 2-year degree as a medical lab assistant.
A
is
2-year
pretty
degree
good.
that you didn't pay a fortune for.
Right.
That's a thing too. You
And
didn't
they're
come
crazy desperate. All of the,
So everyone's
all
desperate
of the
for workers,
hospitals
let's put
are
it that
looking
way.
for lab techs now. I
So
mean,
a
it's
kid
just,
getting out of high school can take 2 years to earn their degree. They leave with, having spent about $12,000, $13,000. But that's not that much, because you will get some financial aid and scholarships, and then you start making
You get a job
$50,000
right
a
away
year.
with
You can-
benefits usually.
With benefits, right. All the healthcares usually have great benefit package. You can buy your own car and your own house and have a
Yes.
really
You
good
don't have
life
to live
at
with mom and
20 years
dad.
old.
yeah, exactly.
So if someone is watching of any age and they're interested, what's the best path for them to get?
So
to
our
look
most
online?
up-to-date information is online, rivervalley.edu. That's the quickest, fastest way. But of course, we're available at our desks in Claremont. You can call, the number in Claremont is, there's an 800 number I was going to grab for you. It's not on here though. How's that?
At live TV.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Our main campus, though, is at 603-542-7744. 603-542-7744. And that is our main campus number. You can ask for admissions, and they will talk you through whatever you need to know. The full catalog is available online, as well as the course listings have been just posted last week. So
And the course listings tell you exactly when, those tells you what
Skip.
classes are available. That's exactly when the classes are going to be.
yes, this is more like
just
the
so
course
people-
schedule.
Yeah,
So you
so
can
people
look,
get
if I'm
confused.
only available Tuesday and Thursday nights, what class can I take? And you
Yeah,
can
you
look
can
at
look
it
at it.
that way, or I'm interested in accounting, do they offer it online?
And
or
then next Saturday, open house. What are the hours on the open house?
10 to 2.
10 to 2?
At the campus. It's a beautiful library. I don't know if you've ever been inside.
I've
but
been, I know where the campus is. I've been to years and years ago. I know someone that went there, and I just went to pick them up after
Yep,
class.
yep.
So I know where the campus is, but that was when they did very limited offerings. So I think I've
Yes.
maybe been in the building once.
And they renovated the front of the building, I don't know, about 10 years ago. It's just a beautiful library. That's where my office is, in the back of the library. So it's a nice space, and that's where the open house will be. So we'll have refreshments, and we'll have the, I don't know if we'll have the massage chairs there this time because we have them in Keene that day. But if you're out and about, you can visit us at the Keene Home Show on the same date, and that, I believe, goes from 9 to 4 or something like that. And we're
Whoops.
out of time.
And we're out of time. You did this on purpose because the second subject we wanted to talk about
Speaking of
today
scholarships,
was scholarships. I think we should at least mention it that
Thank you.
if you're thinking about going to school and you want some help, Fact TV is going to start a scholarship. We're starting a scholarship this year,
Yep.
the first time ever, and we're calling it the Susan Groenewold Award. Because we really appreciate the work that you've done for Fact TV and the fact that you've moved it from being like a high school, I don't want to say club, but it really was sort of a high, to what it is today, where we really are putting out a lot of good programming, we put out professional programming,
For sure.
and I think it's all due to you. You really led the way.
Well, thank you. I'm honored, and I think that having a scholarship from Fact TV is fantastic. There's so many students that have come through here that were have been successful, whether they've gone to college or they've started their own businesses, and we've collectively touched
Yeah.
a lot of lives here and made a difference in our community. And you guys have done just a fantastic job of keeping. This show is great. It's live. It's
Yeah.
current. That's
Yeah.
Really
Thank you.
phenomenal. And so I'm very honored.
And there's the product
The
of all of
product
your
of-
work
yes,
is out
right there,
there.
Alex.
Switching right
Giving
now.
us- giving us
Alex,
the
he's
cut.
giving us you guys are going
guys goes
over.
over.
Suzanne told me you got to end on time. All right. Thank
Bye,
you, Suzanne, for
community.
coming.
Oh,
and,
you're welcome.
Bye, community. It's great having you.
That's it, folks, for the feed. Be sure to catch us every Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. Also, find us on Facebook at Fact TV, or tell us what you think. thefeed8@gmail.com. And don't forget to watch the feed online at www.fact8.com.